An opportunity that came up earlier this year was a really exciting one, and that was a project with Ford. We got to actually build a car for the SEMA show and be a part of Ford's plan for that show, which was really exciting for us. It's been a long time dream of ours to be able to work with a major manufacturer in conjunction with the SEMA show, which is the largest show of our industry.
SEMA is an incredible venue. For the car enthusiast, this is almost Mecca. It is an absolute what can be done with the car in every respect. I don't care if it's chassis, color, body, engine work. This is the playground for automotive enthusiasts to see new trends.
The Ford Aftermarket Vehicle Program is very important to design. It's an avenue for us to tap into the aftermarket from a theme and trend perspective. We look forward to what can be done quickly with the turnaround that the aftermarket provides.
We chose COBB for the program because they bring a lot to the party. We saw a lot of technical depth in COBB's work. We realized that they were a former time attack champion, so we knew they had the ability and the tenacity to deliver a high caliber product, and Ford wants to associate themselves with those kind of builders.
We are the right choice for this type of build because of our background in time attack and racing in general. In 2010, we won the Redline Time Attack Championship in 2 different classes. So we really wanted to take this opportunity to do the same with the Ford platform.
We've taken this Ford Focus, which is a compact street car. It's pretty sporty, gets great fuel economy, it's a safe little car. And what we've done is we've turned this thing into a hardcore race car. I know that the first question that I'm going to be asked by pretty much everybody that sees this car is, what have you done to the car? We've addressed power, handling, weight, aerodynamics, safety, and given this car a really cool, aggressive appearance. From a manufacturer's point of view, taking a regular street car and turning it into a race car has huge benefits for us. Because to turn the car into a real race car, you've got to tear it down to bare bones, nothing. And as you take every piece off of the car, you learn something about it. And you're thinking in the back of your head how you can make that particular part better, faster, lighter as you go along. So we're learning all of this information way ahead of the game as we're building this race car. And this stuff will find its way into the products we're going to manufacture for the Ford Focus ST. We had to put together a build team with people that were talented enough to execute this project well. And thankfully at COBB Tuning, we have a pretty deep pool of talent, from the engineers that do the CAD work and the initial design of the components, to the fabricators that take these designs, take the raw materials and make it into actual parts, to our talented technicians that are able to put these parts on and off the car, make sure everything fits right and works right. We put together a fantastic team and it worked out really well.
Pretty much everything in this build is custom fabricated, from the roll cage to the turbo kit to the exhaust. The very first thing we did to the car was completely gut it. By doing this, we were able to save weight and build the roll cage without having things that we did not need in the way. Basically, the roll cage meets all NASA spec standards to run in a modified time attack class. You have your main hoop, your harness bar, your A-pillar bars, door bars, everything off that is X-braced, and then I used dimple dies and gussets to really tie everything together and strengthen it. It's all pretty strong and it should keep the driver pretty safe. The downpipe's a 3-inch 304 stainless steel downpipe, V-band flanges on both ends. It's all TIG welded, back purged for maximum strength. The midpipe is pretty much the same as the downpipe, 3-inch 304 stainless steel, all TIG welded and back purged. I was pretty lucky because it was a straight shot all the way to the back of the car with a little S-bend around the gas tank. The intercooler was an off-the-shelf COBB intercooler that I modified to fit on the Focus. Basically cut the inlets and outlets off and re-welded some elbows on there to work with the intercooler piping that I had to build for the car and the constraints that I had.
The 3 areas that we focused on for engine performance was the engine, the turbo, and the engine management system. The first thing that we worked on for the engine was to replace the pistons and also the connecting rods. The turbo system consists of the turbo, a one-off manifold, an intercooler, and all the piping that goes along with all that. The coolest part of the turbo system was the exhaust manifold. It was a stainless steel tubular design into a merge collector. We added a Pectel engine management system. It allows us to monitor the engine and also tune the engine. We built a mil-spec harness from the ECU to the sensors, the coil, the ejectors, and the dash display.
With the power that the Focus is planned to output, we've designed additional components to improve the handling and traction. First off, we started by removing the stock 5-speed transmission and upgrading it to a 6-speed transmission. With the 6-speed transmission, we added an ACT heavy-duty clutch, Cusco differential clutch type, our COBB tuning shift weight, and COBB tuning short throw shifter. The short shifter we installed is double adjustable, meaning that you can independently adjust the throw and the height of the shifter. The coilovers, we worked with IBOC to develop a one-off coilover system for the vehicle. It's built to our specifications as far as the valving and the spring rates. Sway bars, we also worked in conjunction with IBOC to develop an adjustable sway bar. The sway bars working with the coilovers will help to reduce the body roll of the vehicle and improve corner exit speed, as well as just cornering speed in general. For the brakes, we added StopTech's 355mm brake kit. StopTech kit uses 4-piston calipers, 2-piece floating rotors that are slotted and vented, and stainless steel brake lines. The most important part of handling is wheel and tire selection. For the wheels, we chose HRE R43 monoblocks, 18 by 8.5, 5 by 108, painted white. And for our tires, we chose Hankook Z214 race tires in a size of 245/40 R18s.
Streetcar safety has come such a long way in recent years that as drivers we tend to take that for granted. But in a racing situation, the speeds are so much higher, the types of impacts that you have are so much more extreme that you really have to rethink the whole safety question for the driver. So what we've done with this car is we've added a 6-point safety harness that keeps the driver retained in the seat. We've got window nets and inside cockpit nets to keep the driver located in case of a roll or a big heavy crash. We've also added a fire suppression system in case the worst happens and the car actually ignites. For driver comfort, we've addressed seating position and controls. We've got a fantastic Race Tech seat. It's really comfortable and holds the driver in place tightly. We've got a COBB shifter and COBB knob so that the shifter is located in the right place and the throws are nice and short. We've got a Cosworth dash that feeds information clearly to the driver so the driver always knows what's going on with the engine. And we've got a Sparco steering wheel that's a little bit smaller diameter than stock and is perfectly positioned so the driver can make really quick inputs and keep the car on track. Aerodynamics make a huge impact on vehicle performance on a race car. So our downforce package consists of a splitter that creates downforce on the front of the car. We've got custom side skirts that we made to prevent air from spilling in underneath the sides of the car. We've got a diffuser at the back that also creates low pressure, which is effectively downforce. We've got a fantastic AeroMotions wing, which is an active element wing that will actually change position as you go around the racetrack and help push the car down and get more grip around the corners. SEMA is such a big show. Thousands and thousands of car guys show up for this, which is great for COBB because we get to have our new race car and talk about our new product line in front of a ton of new people, so it's just perfect.
The reactions that we're getting so far have been really, really positive. People are excited to see the Focus, the new Focus, being built as a race car. No one else really at SEMA had something similar, and they're just really excited about the direction that car can be taken in.
This Ford Focus is going to live its life as a race car, and in order to be a successful race car, you really need to do your homework and make sure everything is working properly before you go out into competition. And the way we're going to do that is first it's going to go onto a dyno, make sure the engine is running great, making the power level that we want, that everything is clean. And then from there we actually go out to the test track and pound out the laps and fine-tune all of the different systems and make changes to the products and get everything working right. And in that process, the things that we learn on the racetrack are eventually going to find their way into the products that we make. And the products that are on this race car that are going to be used by people on the street are going to be so overbuilt for the street that they're just going to last forever. So a lot of the stuff that we learn is eventually going to end up in our products and benefit our customers.
We'll be offering bolt-on performance products such as intakes, exhaust, the suspension, and drivetrain. Specifically, of course, we'll be doing the access port.
This is a transitional time for us here at COBB Tuning because we're just kicking off the development process for our new Ford Focus ST products. But at the same time, we're bringing the show car aspect of the project to a close.
I'm excited when I see people stop and stare at the custom builds we have out there. It just brings a lot of reward to me knowing that our projects are getting that kind of attention and excitement.
I think enthusiasts in general are going to be really excited about the Focus ST. It's a great platform to start with. You know, you have a great turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It gets great fuel economy, which is real important for a lot of us nowadays, and it's just a lot of fun to drive. Even with the power that they make from the factory, they're great, but with what we're doing to them, we're really excited about people being able to just get the most out of that car on a day-to-day basis.
At the end of the day, I'm pretty proud with the way the car turned out. It created quite a bonding experience for quite a few of us here at COBB and was able to showcase a lot of our talents.
The final thoughts on the build are pretty much turned out amazing. Everything from the carbon work to the body kit to the cage to the suspension to brakes. Everybody really came together and worked really hard to get it done. It turned out fantastic, I think.
I'm extremely proud of my guys. Everybody pulled together, worked hard, put in countless hours. We've worked non-stop the last few days getting that car put together, and just seeing everybody working together for a common goal, and just to see the pride that they had when the car was debuted at the SEMA show, it means a lot to me. You should definitely stay tuned. This is just the beginning. We just started. SEMA is a show with a deadline, so you have to get certain things done in order to make the show. There's a lot of stuff that's still on the table that we haven't even begun to show. So we're really looking forward to getting that out there, and you don't want to miss it.